Yo, this is Sojo86 bringing you another video. I know it's been a minute since I've done a video, but it's been even longer since I've played WWE 2K. I still have it uninstalled. I literally have no want to play that game like at all, man. I really do think that I'm pretty much done. I left this comment on I think it was Streiser's video, one of his recent videos, and I was just like, man, I think that I think I'm finally done with WWE 2K. This feels a lot like when I was on my way out of playing NBA 2K. It was the same effect. You know, I was playing it. And this was during 23. Like I was extremely excited about 2K NBA 2K23. And for the most part, like there was a lot that I liked about that game. I loved the NBA eras mode, like the My Eras. And I was using the old school teams, and I was specifically using the 19, man, what was it, 1991 Bulls team I was using. And I just love the fact of being able to play with the Chicago Bulls. And you've always been able to do that, don't get me wrong, but just the My Eras mode was a little bit different. But anyways, man, I stopped playing that game like midway through. I played for a little bit though. I played for probably 3 to 4 months after, like, after the release. But then I was just kind of done. And then I didn't buy NBA 2K24 and I didn't buy NBA 2K25. I was just done with the series. And right now what I'm going through with WWE 2K, it's the same. When I saw like just what we got this year with the game, it was just it told me what the future is going to be. And I've mentioned this before. I don't like where the franchise is headed. And I just see that, it's just kind of going to be a rinse and repeat from here on out, and then updates to the modes where they want to monetize, and that's unfortunate. But one of the reasons why I'm making this video, the reason why I'm making this video, is I find it interesting that a lot of the people that I follow for 2K content, they also have completely dropped off on making a lot of content about WWE 2K. In fact, what they do more than WWE 2K content is they talk about the real life product. And I'm still subscribed to these guys, but when they make those videos where they're talking about what's going on in current day, it's hard for me to watch those videos because I don't watch the product anymore. The only time I do watch the product is when a friend of me and my wife's invites us to watch one of the PLEs. I never turn down a hangout with friends at all. I don't care what it is. I never turn it down. So that's the most that I watch of WWE. And funny enough, I kind of hate watch it. I criticize the heck out of it, but everybody gets a kick out of it. It's all good. It's all fun. But yeah, man, I just have noticed that, man. And a lot of the people that I watch 2K content for, they have barely put up anything. Now, I know usually when a game is brand new, a lot of the content is going to be like around the release of the game. That like the first month or two is going to be when it's really heavy in content. But let's be honest, when a game is good, that content is going to keep coming for a while. A lot of the times that content can keep coming until the next one releases. I remember following channels that used to do WWE 2K content before, and they would put up way more stuff throughout the year until the next game. I remember following NBA 2K content creators. I followed every popular NBA 2K content creator you can think of. I follow. Well, let me not over exaggerate it. Like iPod King Carter, I watched all the time. Shakedown 2012, I watched all the time. And for NBA 2K, they used to put up 2K content literally throughout the year. It wouldn't stop. And that's when 2K was like, to me, at its height. That's when 2K was really fun to play and everybody was loving it. There was rarely any complaints about the game. The franchise wasn't getting too greedy with like microtransactions at this point, and everybody was still having fun. But I have noticed that it's like not only have I stopped playing the game just overall completely, I feel like a lot of the people who were talking about how great the game was, or yeah, this has been the best 2K that we had since 2K19, or the best 2K that we've had in a while, blah, blah, blah. They even now, in current videos that they make, they have their issues with it. They talk about how it's gotten stale. And I think this is one of the prime examples of like why we should not be prisoners of the moment. You know what I mean? We should never be prisoners of the moment, especially with a franchise that has shown us time and time again what they are about. It'd be one thing to be a prisoner of the moment of a brand new IP, and you're kind of looking at it with rose-colored glasses until the cracks start to show. But this is 2K, and people were just kind of giving it all its flowers and just talking so great about it. And it was like, no, like WWE 2K25 is actually a step down. Even with the stuff that they've implemented, it's kind of a step down from WWE 2K24. And I look at that as, well, there was more content on WWE 2K24 just from the people that I follow. And I follow some pretty big YouTubers who make content based off of WWE 2K, and almost every single one of them are now making mostly content talking about what's happening in current wrestling, like in real life. Like they're reviewing episodes of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and a PLE. They're doing predictions for the PLEs and all of this other stuff. There's rarely any 2K content now. The only 2K content that we're getting right now, and I'm not saying that this is across the board because I don't follow everybody, but I just follow some pretty prominent people who were making their channels mainly focused around 2K. They're making less and less 2K content. It's been everything else but 2K content. And yeah, man, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Maybe it goes to show that, look, maybe that game isn't as great. I mean, right now, look, I'm doing this video with Forza in the background because I don't even want WWE 2K installed on my console. Like, that's just how much I wasn't playing it. Whenever I turned my PlayStation on, it was never about me wanting to play 2K. I couldn't bring up the energy to play it. I had no interest in it. None. I had more interest in playing 2K24 than 2K25. And even then, that got like kind of just after a while, So I don't know, man. I'm just making this video, I guess, to say, like, look, we have to try our best, right? And I'm speaking to a lot of the content creators, not the subscribers, not the fans, but like the people who make videos on 2K, the people who get invited out to play the game early. It's very important, and it's the most responsible thing that you can do is to not talk about the game too high until the dust settles. If the dust settles and all of the hype has died down and the game is still good, then go for it. But with the franchise that shows you time and time again what they are about, it's mind-boggling, right? I understand it, right? I'm not trying to act like I don't understand. I'm not naive. I get why a lot of the praise happens. I get where it comes from. A lot of it comes from, look, this is what I want to do for a living. This is how I make my money. I get noticed by 2K for talking great about it. And you're even starting to see content creators go back and play the older games and talk about how the older games were better. But when they were just solely talking about 2K25 initially when it came out, you would have thought that 2K25 was like literally the best wrestling game ever. Just the way that people were talking about it, man. I'm just like, look, man, this is 2K, and WWE 2K is always going to be WWE 2K. The only thing that can maybe move it in the right direction is if Ultra Pro Wrestling turns out to be a hit and Wrestling Code. Those are going to be the only things, because if people start to flock to those games because they start to see that, man, okay, these people actually care about wrestling. They're actually making a wrestling game, and they're not trying to take all of our money. When people see that, that will be the only thing I think that really turns WWE 2K around. You know what I mean? I love making these videos, but I don't necessarily like to make content that continuously talks, negatively towards WWE 2K, but I got to call it like I see it because there's still so many people that won't. There's still so many people that give the game a chance, and there's still so many people that, for some weird reason, when the game was coming out, everything that 2K has ever been about, all the mistakes that they've ever made, all of the crummy business things that they've done to the customers, all of it went out of the window. All of it went out of the window. People, I mean, to people thinking that the island was going to be, fair in terms of what you gain after a match and all of these different things. And it's like, guys, like, look, do you not remember what company you're dealing with? You're dealing with the company that is going to be as greedy as possible. So no, they're not going to give you a lot of VC after a win. Are you kidding me? It's a grind for a reason. It is a grind for a reason. It is a grind to get you to just say, you know what? I will fork up the money. I got paid today, so I'm going to fork out the money. That's all it is, man, and that's all it will ever be. And that's what it's going to continue to be. And if people don't see that now, I don't know when they ever will. At some point, people are going to have to say, look, man, I know that I started making my content based off of 2K, but it's time to move into a different direction. And you just got to have the faith that, if people like you, they're going to stick with you. Your content doesn't have to be about 2K for people to enjoy what you do. And at some point, people are going to have to do that, because what I'm seeing now, it feels like they already want to. All right. Now, look, I will reiterate this again. Whenever there's a popular franchise and their games are good, you don't really see the content die down this soon, right? Now, I'm making this video right now, and it is June, but this was happening back in May. And when did the game come out? In March? Early March for people who pre-ordered it, about the middle of March for people who got it at the regular date. And for me, I got it a couple weeks after. So, I mean, it's already kind of people are already kind of over it, and I'm mainly talking about content creators. Again, I'm not talking about the subscribers. I think that there's a lot of people who are genuinely like fans of the game, and they're probably still getting enjoyment out of playing like universe mode and things like that. But I'm just saying, for all of the people who were making the content, praising the game before they let the hype kind of die down and really start to see the cracks and start to see that, man, the island really isn't that great, or, just all of these different things about the franchise. So I don't know, man. It just is what it is at this point. But yeah, man, I will continue to make 2K content whenever I feel like there's something to talk about like this. But yeah, man, as far as me being a 2K player, as of right now, I think I'm about done with the franchise, man. I do not see myself buying WWE 2K26. I mean, I stopped playing this game about a month and a half ago. So, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much been a little over a month, man. This didn't have a lot of 2K25 didn't stick around for me at all. And last but not least, now again, I think people pretty much are assuming or know who the special celebrity guest is for the first DLC that didn't come out yet. I don't know what's going on with that, but this is another reason on like, and this may not be 2K's fault. All things considered, this may not be their fault. This literally could be something that happened behind the scenes, but your fans, your customers paid for the season pass, or they paid for that first DLC. One of the two. I think it's time for you to get your PR hat on and talk about, hey, we're going to give the fans something extra for this, because even though a lot of people didn't care about the celebrity guest, there was a lot of fans who were upset, and they said it could have gone to a wrestler, a legend, anybody else, an NXT talent. I think it's time for 2K to come out and say, hey, we're going to give you this because we messed up. We messed up, so we're going to give you this. I still remember when I first got Gran Turismo 7, and The internet wasn't even down for like a long time, but the internet went down. People couldn't play online. And this was like around the early months of the game's release. I want to say it was either within the same month the game release or the next month. And the Gran Turismo 7 developers came out and they gave everybody like $100 million in like, you know, virtual currency to buy cars, to hook up your cars. I have so much money in that game because of them doing that. And they gave the customers that, and the internet was, their online wasn't even down for that long. It wasn't down for a weekend, I don't think. It was a very short period of time, but because it went down and people couldn't play, they decided to come out and give fans that. Is 2K going to do something like that for people? Right? Regardless if anybody wanted a celebrity, regardless if 2K knows that fans are upset about a celebrity guest, it's still the principle of it. It's the fact that people paid for something and still haven't received it yet. So as a company, if I was a popular content creator and I made, 2K noticed me and all of this, I'm telling 2K, you better do something for the fans. You better do something for the customers who paid for this, because it's not a good look, regardless if it's your fault or not. You got to come up with something and you got to make a statement. Maybe they will. I don't know. But you got to give fans something, because the new DLC is getting ready to come out and there's still a character missing from the first. I know they did the whole like persona card thing and persona cards and for like my faction and whatnot. I don't really understand all of that stuff because I don't play my faction, but still, like, 2K, come out and be transparent and say, look, we apologize for this, so we're going to do this. Give people free stuff for my faction as a our bad. Do something. I mean, 2K is greedy. They don't really operate like that, but it's time for them to operate like a lot of other gaming companies do. You see a lot of gaming companies do things for fans whenever they mess up, and it's time for them to do the same thing. But now this video is turning into like another video. But this is all really I wanted to talk about, was just how the game is just, I'm not going to say it's dead, but it just, the people that talked so highly about it and the people that did content on it, they just don't really do content on the game anymore, or at least a lot. And it's something to think about. It's just something to think about, man. Let me know what you feel in the comment section, man. I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, it is your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.